So when we last left the Glenn Beck program, I was telling you about what do we need to do. This is for me. Join me if you will. First, don't hide the mistakes of our life. Don't hide them anymore. You can't have any skeletons in your closet. Don't hide them. They're the things that make you who you are if you've conquered them and you learn from them. Second thing, let others see your failure and your rise. Let other people. The reason why I tell you this, there was no reason for me to tell you this. It only hurts me. But you need to know who I am, warts and all. You need your children to see you do what I'm trying to do here, and that is fess up to my mistakes, explain it, don't try to get out of it, explain it, stand up, be a man, and let your children see people do that without an attorney or a PR person or the so trusted wife standing next that you know is going home and saying, "Woody." Let your children see it. Third thing, anger feeds on itself. Lance the infection. 4, we are the same. I don't care if you're Glenn Beck and Barack Obama. We're the same. We are. We're the same. Help each other. You need to reach out to people that you know are feeling the same way. And by not hiding things, you'll be able to help. Stand. But check the stars so you know that if you've drifted. Last week I didn't realize I had drifted. Check the stars. 6, clean out your spiritual closet, man. Get all the stuff. Get the junk out of you. Pray. You pray for me, I'll pray for you. I pray for you every night. Please pray for me. Pray. And then 8, refill the closet. This is what I couldn't figure out until I saw Robin Hood. Stupid movie. We have to refill the closet with something. Let me ask you, who do you trust? No, let me ask you this instead. What do we have in common anymore? What are the things that unite us? We used to be a melting pot. We're not anymore. You're over there, and I'm over here. And the politicians are always pushing us and making us hate each other. You're the problem. No, you're not the problem. You're the problem. The politicians, they'll bicker, they'll battle, they'll fight. They'll do it on the cameras, and then they'll go out and they'll have dinner with each other and laugh and drinks at the end of the day. Meanwhile, we're sitting here arguing with each other. They are the only ones that win. In the movie Robin Hood, I told you about a few minutes ago, Robin Hood got up and he gave a great speech to the people of England. He said, you got to unite on a few ideas. That men have a right to be free. That a man's home is his castle. That we have a right to our own labor and the fruits of our own labor. You have a right to a fair trial and face your accuser. Well, that's what united those people. And I thought, well, those are good. That's how it unites us. But does it anymore? In America, we originally united on those same principles. And then we added some more. And we're free to express ourselves. And so is the press. We're free to worship according to the dictates of our own conscience. We're free to take risks and use our own initiative to become more successful or fail and then pick ourselves up and try again. Do we believe in any of that stuff anymore? Do we? I mean, are you free to take a risk? Really? Not if you're too big and you could be a danger to the economy. And can you get a loan from the bank? Do we believe these things anymore? If not, I contend it's because history has been and is currently being changed. We don't even know our own history. Which brings us back to the one question that nobody's asking. Who are we? We're being pushed down a road and we haven't even asked, wait, who are we? Friday, the FTC came out with a plan to put a journalist division in AmeriCorps. What? Joseph Palermo wrote a column in the Huffington Post last week that first embarrassingly mentioned that I'm now a doctor thanks to Liberty University. Dental exams are free on Tuesdays. I took issue with my, they took issue with my new favorite book, which is Sacred Fire. It's about George Washington and what a devout Christian he really was. But this author, Glenn Beck, historian for a troubled American, said But one of Dr. Beck's main pet peeves is his belief that the founders intended the United States to be a Christian nation, and that the idea of a wall of separation between church and state is a myth perpetrated by secular liberal elites. Progressives, actually, Joe, but you're on a roll. He goes on to say, it's not that Beck is wrong about the ambiguity of the personal beliefs of the subject by the founders, but he and others like him are monumentally wrong by overstating the relevance of the intent of the 18th century views on the thought and practices of the 20th and 21st century America. Wow, what an amazing admission. This is the argument we should be having. Can we just highlight those words again? From the Huffington Post. It's not that Beck is wrong about the ambiguity of the personal beliefs of the subject of the founders. It's just that I'm wrong that they don't fit the 21st century. We've outgrown the founders' cute, quaint, provincial little religion. Okay, all right, so there's something we can sink our teeth into. Do you subscribe to the progressive, living, breathing, changing interpretation of the Constitution that the things that were true about the founders and are no longer being taught in schools because of the progressives, do you believe those things that the founders believed were divinely inspired, and the Constitution must be interpreted as they intended? Which one is it? See, he actually told the truth. And good for him. See, people need to know. But we're not even bound up with enough facts. I mean, you don't even know, what you believe about the country. What we must do now is put our swords down and unite. It is our history that has been distorted and changed. And that's what must be put right. Or as in the movie, the King of France will come, and we'll be warring with ourselves, and we'll lose what chance we had. More in a second. In case you just joined us, what do you think? And the show starts at 5. Here's the message today. We're a nation divided, and the entire system that we have built has been built to profit and prosper off our division. I am not the guy to come to you and point this problem out. I'm kind of an imperfect guy. I generally have a loud mouth. But I have to bring you this message today, that times are changing, and so must we. So I am going to do my best to not be a loudmouth and find the things that unite us. Because here's the question that we have to answer. You have to answer first, who am I? What do I believe? Who am I? Why do I believe it? And then you have to answer the bigger question, which is, who are we as a country? We have to decide that, and we better do it quick. I think it was the summer of 1969 that may have been the real turning point that led us here. I think we have the summer of opportunity again. I'm going to ask you this summer to help me correct the summer of 1969. Not correct it. Yes, correct it and then decide. Which are we? Which America are we? This summer, this program is going to dedicate itself to correcting the founders, the progressive era in the early turn of the century, and the summer of '69. It was about a month from now, it was actually a little deeper into summer, a warm summer night in 1969, that people gathered around their TV sets. Even those people who weren't at home found a TV set, and they gathered around. This is a picture of, do we have it? A picture of people gathering at Sears, okay? And all the pictures that we looked at today, all the boys have haircuts over their ears, and they all wore white shirts. And I know because I was one of those boys. I I mean, I don't know about you, but I had that T-shirt for the moon landing. I saved it for a long time. It was a white shirt and had the big blue Apollo 11 logo on it. I don't remember how, old I was or anything about that time. I mean, I can barely remember my wife's birthday or my name, but I do remember that night. If you were alive, you could probably smell the air. Americans and people all over the world gathered together, and they watched. They watched this happen on a set just like that. They watched in amazement what one country could accomplish. These are people watching it in Central Park. I mean, anybody who was old enough to remember this knew that it was 9 years before that we didn't even think it was possible for a man to go to the moon, and just a couple of years removed from sending monkeys into space.